Hello and welcome to today's Hangout on sorting and filtering in BIM 360 Field. This Hangout is brought to you by CTG, Applied Software's Construction Technology Group, the premier construction systems integrator in North America. My name is Elisa Bowman and I'm delighted to be your moderator today. Throughout our presentation, we encourage you to interact with us by typing questions and comments using the questions pane. We will be answering questions at the end of the presentation. Take a moment to introduce yourself in the chat pane. We want to know who you are, where you're located, and why this Hangout interests you. This webinar is being recorded and will be available to you online or on our YouTube channel. We will also send you an email following the webinar with a link to this recording. If you haven't already, search Applied Software on Facebook and like our page to receive the latest information and special offers. Next slide, please. When you visit our website at www.asti.com, there is a complete schedule of upcoming events, webinars, trainings, and much more. Next slide, please. This month, we will have a webinar on BIM for Commercial Interiors Design. That'll be on Tuesday, November 8th. And then we'll have a Get Connected with Applied Software, helping you make the most of your Autodesk subscription. That's on Wednesday, November 16th. Both Hangouts start at 12:30. The events this month include BIM and Beer in Charlotte on Wednesday, November 9th from 5:30 to 8:30 at the Sugar Creek Brewing Company. Applied Software will also be attending Autodesk University in the Venetian, Las Vegas this year from Tuesday, November 15th through Thursday, November 17th. If you plan to attend, please stop by our partner booth block starting at $29.79. Next slide, please. At the conclusion of the Hangout, a survey will pop up. Complete the survey to be entered into a $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. You must complete the survey to be entered into the drawing. Next slide, please. I would like to welcome our presenter, Michael Reuter. He is our Customer Success Advocate and Senior Technical Specialist in BIM 360. He worked for Walsh Construction as a BIM coordinator and QA/QC engineer. Michael holds a master's in building construction from Auburn University. Fun fact, Michael is a freelance graphic designer and illustrator. Michael, take it away.
Okay, thanks, Elisa. So again, today what we're going to go over is sorting and filtering in BIM 360 Field. And so to kind of start things off, one of the things that I like most about BIM 360 Field is that it gives you and your team access to your data at any time. For me personally, before I was using BIM 360 Field, I was not, the data was accessible to me, but it was not always accessible to my team. We used Excel sheets and a camera and some marked up floor plans to basically create reports for our consultants and our subcontractors whenever we needed to review issues or bring data back from the field. And because I had to go and create a customized list for each group of people, you know, that there was a significant turnaround time involved in that. So if you multiply that by, you know, the multiple levels of the building, the 30+ subs, the 3 or 4 consultants, 4 or 5 project managers, project engineers, and superintendents, I spent a lot of time creating the reports and not so much time dealing with solving the problems that were out there as a quality control engineer. So that was a big problem that I had. And so BIM 360 really kind of helped solve that. So today what we're going to really discuss is are these things. We're going to discuss how to, so the problem is basically this. I have all this data, how do I organize and manage it? And so today we're going to learn how to organize, customize, and manage the data in BIM 360 Field. You're going to learn that with the dashboard, with the desktop filters, with sorting, applying filters to the report, and then using iPad sync filters, and then sorting and filtering on the iPad, okay? So let's get started. Let's see, the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to open up BIM 360 Field, okay? And like anybody, the very first thing that you see is the project overview or the dashboard. And, you know, this is one of the easiest and quickest ways to kind of see, get your project at a glance. So a lot of people don't know that you can customize the data that you see here. You can either customize it specifically for you, or you can customize it if you go back into project admin. You can customize it by role. Pardon. Basically, all that I'm going to show you is how you can very quickly customize your overview and your dashboard right here so that you see the exact information that you want. So all that you do is just, as you can see, there's 5 little modules here. All you got to do is just click on the down arrows and then hit setup. And then you can change the data as you want. You can change the title of it. So let's say we just want to see the equipment. We just want to see all of the equipment. So that's what we're going to do here. So we just want to see all of the equipment at a glance. Okay, so right now you can see here's all of the statuses by percentage of every piece of equipment. Well, now let's say also that you guys maybe we want to see we want to break that down even further. Let's say you guys really want to track the status of your HVAC equipment. So all you have to do is just select that piece of equipment. You could select more or less, but then you could even say, okay, I want to see just things that have been updated during this time frame. But for the sake of this argument, we're just going to do diffusers or HVAC equipment. So when you do that, you can see, okay, the status counts are, there's only 2 of them. So let's see, let's try to do another one. Let's do, let's just do all of the electrical. Okay, so see, there you go. So when you do that, basically you're seeing the data in a different way. So on the left side right here, I've got my issues, and on the right side, I've got equipment. I could just as easily have checklists or tasks or anything else that I wanted to track and view quickly right here. But for the sake of argument right here, we're just going to have the issues in the equipment because that's what I want to view. So that's basically how you track and manage your dashboard. If you wanted to manage the dashboard of, let's say, your subcontractors or your consultants, that's really pretty easy to do as well. You just go and you click on Project Admin, then you hit Permissions, and then you choose the Dashboard tab right here. And then all you got to do is pick your role. So we'll just do Architect right here. So typically the architect is only going to want to see we'll keep the issue tracker there, but he's probably going to want to see let's see all of the issues that are let's see, maybe that's not a good one. Maybe he would want to see just the oldest unresolved issues. So we can choose the specific issue type. We'll just select issue. So then he could see, so you could change that. So basically you can change the dashboard that each role in BIM 360 field has. We'll also do equipment here, and he's really only going to be interested in maybe well, anyway, that's my point. So anyway, all you do is you just hit save here, and so we've got our dashboard for our architect saved. Again, this is fully customizable. You can have this, you can have the data be as broad or as detailed as you want it to be. So based on whatever key performance indicators you guys are looking for, you can customize it, your dashboards in that way. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to look at is our dashboard or our desktop filters. Okay. This is something that a lot of people don't use as much as I would expect. And that kind of surprises me. I say that because most of us are used to using Excel, and so we're used to using the sort and the filter functions in Excel. Well, BIM 360 field works similar. Actually, it works kind of easier than Excel, in my opinion, at least. So on the left side of your screen, you're going to see everything that you can choose to search and filter from. Okay, so you could choose to search for one specific item. You could choose to search for data from one specific company. You could, status, basically any of the, you could choose to search through any of these columns, if you so desire, okay? But basically all that this does is it allows you to break down your data into more manageable parts, because maybe you don't want to see all of these issues. You just want to see issues that are maybe that you would just want to see. You don't want to see all the issues. Maybe you just want to see issues that pertain to just your company, or just to just items that are ready to inspect for the architect, so that you can walk with him or something like that. Well, I'll show you right here, right out of the box. These are a lot of the issue, or a lot of the filters that you get right out of the box. So you get all issues, all unresolved issues, and then issues created by me, and issues for the architect. So let's take a look at all of these and see how the data differs, okay? So in all issues, you can see we've got about 130 items, okay? Where they're just a whole big long list. They're created by a whole bunch of different people. If we go to unresolved, let's see if that breaks it down any. So as we go to unresolved, you should see that, okay, now we've got 124 items. So 6 items have been resolved, so that created it further. So now let's take a look at issues for the architect. So this is probably going to break it down even further, and the reason for that is because basically all we're looking at right here is our issues that are ready to inspect, okay? So this is basically the walk list for our architect for this week. So he has 23 items that he needs to walk and review and either close out or mark as not, as it's still open. So right there, you can use your out-of-the-box filters just for that. I actually created an RFI filter as well, so if there are any of these issues that we marked as an RFI, you can see those. So we've actually got 8 items there, okay? Well, let's say that you want to create a new filter, okay? So it's really pretty simple. So let's say, just for sake of argument here, we just want to see all of the issues that are associated with CTG. So we'll select CTG right here, and we want to see status, we want to see open, we want to see everything except for closed, void, and draft, okay? So now all I have to do if I want to create a new filter is just hit new, and then from all issues. And so basically everything that I just put right there will be saved. So I'm just going to save this as CTG issues. Okay. Now, as you can see right here, I can control who can see this filter. So right now I'm just going to have it so that everybody can view that filter every role. So again, let's take a look at how many CTG issues there are. Let's see. So we've got all. And there should be 130. And let's go to our CTG issues. Okay, so for some reason it did not do that. So let's try it again. So we'll hit, actually let's edit. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll just add company, we'll put CTG, and status, again, don't want it closed. Okay, we'll hit save. Okay, there you go. I must have not saved it last time or something. Okay, so it went from 130 items to 35 items. Okay, so you can see all of these items are CTG items. So that's how you create a filter. So how can you guys use this? Well, the way that I would use it, as I was saying earlier, a lot of people have issues with having to break down their stuff and customize the data for each subcontractor, each consultant. So if you break it down this way, then you can very easily, have that so that they can review all, whatever data is pertinent to them at any given moment. So the CTG team can review just their issues. Okay. Let's see. So now let's say we want to sort. We want to further sort this stuff. Let's say we want to see just the or we want to see the work complete items first. So all that you do is you just go to the status column, and then you double click it, and then you can either view it from ascending order or descending order. If the ascending, it means the triangle's facing upward. Descending means downward. Okay, so right there you can see we've got the work completed items on the top. We've got the ready to inspect right after that. It's all in alphabetical order. So we can look at the data however we want to look at it. Okay. So now let's further select some stuff here. Okay, so now let's say that we just want to have ready to inspect and work completed items on this. Well, we can further dial down our filter, okay, just by adding in a status, or maybe if there was a different type of issue, or we just wanted to see if there was the RFIs, we can go and we can do that. Okay, so that's not going to actually change our filter because we did not save anything here, but this is going to edit. This is going to be, we're just dialing down on our filter that we've already created. So when I did that, it took our list from 35 to 14. Okay, so now let's say we want to what we can do now is we can actually create a report just off of these items. So if we wanted to, we could create a report straight from our issues module. Okay, so I'm just going to say I want it to be a list. We want to show attachments after each item. We want the attachment to be small. We'll include comments and additional properties. So when I do that, you're going to see it's going to create a report. So you can, create a report right here just of the data that you want. And it'll take a minute. there we go. We'll view it in the window. So you can view a list like that, or yeah, you can view it. So here's basically a customized report of all the data that you selected. Okay. So you can do that manually, or what you can do is you can go to the reporting module, and then you can create a report and you can use your filter there. So let's actually just do that. So let's create an issues report, and so we want to group it. Let's just say we'll group it by company, or actually by location. And then actually let's do it by company. And the company changes. Okay, so now if I want, I can choose any of my filters. So since I just created the CTG, let's actually just run it like that. We'll do the exact same thing. We want comments. We want to show attachments after each group of items. Then we want to see the location of it first, any additional properties. Okay, so now let's run that report. So really quickly, if you set up your filters, then it's going to really speed up your reporting process, because you don't have to really even go through and filter out the data. You've already filtered it out in one way, shape, or form. So if you create the filter in the Issues tab, then you know, you're already basically a step ahead of the game. You're ready to create a custom report quickly. Okay, so again, this one's taking a little bit longer too. Okay, well, while I'm waiting for that, I'll show you too that you can do this with you know, with your tasks, with your checklists, and you can also do it with equipment. So I'm going to actually show you that I actually went through and I did this for some equipment on another project. So let's take a look at that right now. Okay, so again, as before, there's right out of the box, there's the all equipment. Well, I also created just the mechanical equipment filter and the plumbing equipment filter. So let's create a new one from all equipment, and then we'll select, since we don't have concrete on there, we'll select all concrete. And we'll just call this one then we'll hit save. Okay, so when that happens, you can see that it just broke it down just to the 2 pieces of concrete that are pieces of equipment in this. Okay, so when I go to plumbing equipment, you can see it broke it down to all the spools. And then with mechanical equipment, it broke it down just to the VAVs and the duct spools. Okay, so my point is just you can create filters for just about anything, you know, in BIM 360 Field, so that you can very quickly and easily get to the information that you want to get to. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to show you is basically how you can utilize your filters further in, like, on the iPad. Okay, right now I'm pulling up my iPad. Alrighty, so now first we'll just bring open BIM 360 Field. I'm going to sign out, and then I'm going to sign back in. And And the reason that I'm doing that is because I want to make sure that the filters that I just created are going to show up. So okay. So the first thing that I'm going to show you once we log in with the iPad is basically you can limit what you're syncing or downloading via the filters that you selected. So if you just want to, if you're going out there and let's say it's a big project, for example, sometimes when you're syncing a big project, it takes a really long time. So if you are just going out there and you just want to see level 1 issues, or you just want to see mechanical issues, or you just want to see concrete issues, or concrete equipment, et cetera, then you can filter what you're reviewing, or just to meet that. So all you have to do that is you just you click right down here on the sync button, and then once you do that, you select the sync settings, and then you can actually see right here. So let's look at the issues. So I could choose just to view issues for my company or for the architect, or any unresolved issues. So let's just choose on all unresolved issues, okay? Same thing with equipment. I could choose to download nothing, or I could choose all equipment, or concrete, or mechanical, or plumbing, okay? So basically, if you are a subcontractor, or if you are a like an MEP superintendent, you don't need to see necessarily the framing issues, or the framing equipment, or I don't know why you'd use framing. You wouldn't need to see other people's equipment. You would not want to see the electrical equipment necessarily. So you could just break it down either for yourself, or if you were the GC, you could break it down for your teams so that they could view just what they needed to view. Okay. So then once you do that, you would sync, and then all of your data would come in. So I've actually already done that, and so I just wanted to kind of show that to everybody. Okay. So next, let's look at sorting and filtering on the iPad. Okay. So a lot of people are always like, man, there's just so much stuff in on the iPad. There's so many issues. There's so many pieces of equipment. It's kind of overwhelming when I'm out there in the field. Well, what you really need to utilize are these filter by and sort by buttons right here on the iPad. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to filter by. Okay. So if let's say we just want to view items by CTG. I just hit the X up here first to get rid of everything, and then I just select the company that I want. So when I do that, of course there's no CTG issues. So we'll clear that, and then I'll just hit applied software. Okay, so that really didn't help me out too much. So actually what I'm going to do, let's say we're going to filter it down even further. Let's say we want to filter the status. So, oops. So I'm just going to select the statuses that I want to see. So ready to inspect and work to complete. Okay, so that broke my filter down, or that broke my data down, from 30 or 40 issues to 3. Okay, so, and that was very quickly. So now, okay, I know that I have, these are the only 3 things that I really need to review today when I'm walking the site. So it did that just by a couple clicks of a button. So now, let's say, okay, I'm done looking at these. I've got a couple extra minutes out in the field. So let's clear our filter again. And now this time, let's limit by location. Okay, so actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select the bar area. So when I get that, basically you can see, okay, there's the issues with the bar. Okay, oh, I did that wrong, sorry. I didn't want to look at the bar area, I actually wanted to look in the brewery area. Okay, so boom, you've got that done. So again, it filtered out that area that you want. Okay, so now just like you can filter things, you can also sort. Okay, so if you want to sort by status, again, right here, you just hit sort, and then you can choose ascending or descending. So if you want to see, by in dispute or open, you can change however you want to do that. If you want to do it by company, you can do that as well. Okay, basically by any of these parameters, you can sort your data. And again, by any of the parameters that you have that you've set in BIM 360 field, you can sort and filter your data. Okay, and that also applies for equipment. So same thing. So you could say, I just want to see all of the equipment that's in the brewery area. Okay, so there you go. You see the 4 VAVs that are there. Okay, see, I want to see it in alphabetical order or whatever. You can do that as well. Okay, so now so that's pretty much it. So again, to review with the iPad, very simply, you can filter, multiple ways. You can have you can break it down as much as you want or as little as you want. Just use one filter. You can use multiple. Okay, and then you can also sort however you want. Sort by status, by location, whatever you want to do. Okay. You can also, with the sync settings, you can choose the data that you sync up, and then so that, like, 1, that speeds up your sync process, and 2, that limits the data to only what you want to see or what you want to have on your iPad. Okay, so we've got that done. So now we'll review a little bit with the desktop again. So again, with the desktop, you can there are out-of-the-box filters that you can use, but you can also very easily create a filter to very quickly and easily limit what you see. You can create a report based off of that filter at any time just by selecting all of the items that are in that filter and then hitting print. Or you can go to the reporting module and then just set up a report that that is based off of the filter that you've created. You can filter data from in the equipment module, in the daily update module, in the checklist module, tasks, and the issues module. Okay. Then finally, the best way to get a very quick at-a-glance view of your project is by customizing your overview so that it, uses your key performance indicators that you guys want to review. Okay, so that's it. I'll open it up to questions now.
Okay, great, Michael. Thank you so much. Our first question is, can you customize the project overview for your owner, architect, etc.?
Okay, yeah, good question. So yes, you can. I kind of went over that a little bit. Let's see, I'll do that again. If you go to, okay, bear with me. There we go. Okay, so if you go to Project Admin, then go to Permissions. Wow, the internet slowed down considerably here for the last minute. Okay, so we'll go to Permissions, which is the bottom one. Okay, and then you're going to see Permissions tab up here. Well, you're going to want to change it to Dashboards tab. Okay. So when you do that, you can then select the role that you want, and then you can view and edit all of the I guess modules that they look at. Okay. Just like you could your own. Perfect. Okay, so can you customize your filters for your owner? Yes, same thing.
All right.
Same thing with the architect or owner.
Oh, perfect. How can I delete a filter?
Oh yeah, that's something that I didn't go over. Okay, so let's look at that. So I believe that there was I think I had a duplicate somewhere. But regardless, let's actually delete one. So this works. I'm in the equipment module right now, but it works just the same for just about any for any of the other filters. Okay, so all that you do to delete it is you in the drop-down menu you select the filter and then you just hit remove. So it's going to make sure that you want to do it. You hit OK, and then boom, you're done. Now I would I want to make sure that you guys don't. I do not suggest deleting the all equipment filter, and I say that because if you do that, it could give you problems with downloading. Well, you will not be able to essentially download all of your equipment or all of your issues or whatever by default. You have to have that. By default, BIM 360 uses the all equipment filter as, that's how it normally pushes everything in onto your iPad. So if, that could cause you an error down the road if you accidentally delete that all equipment uh, filter. It's very easy to create. All you do is you just, if you do delete it, all that you would do is you just hit new from blank and then basically that and just name it all equipment and then you'd have it. But I do not suggest deleting that one. I've had a lot of people have accidentally done that before and it's caused them problems. But it's very easy to delete your filters if they're wrong or if you just aren't using them. Just hit remove.
Well, that's a good lead into the next question, which is how can I clear a filter on the iPad?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So let's go back to this. Okay. Okay. So here's how to so you can change your filter again just by you hit the down arrow right here for what you want to download in the sync settings. So then let's say for equipment, you just tap on equipment and then you can pick the filter that you want right there. So that's one way to change your filter as far as syncing. Now let's say right here, a lot of times people forget, you know, um, they will, well, let's say, they'll go out in the field one day and then they'll have a filter on because that was what they were using that day. Maybe they just wanted to see the level 1 issues or the room 26 issues, right? Well, then when they come back the next day, they forgot that they had a filter on, and so they can't seem to find those, like the other, the items that are the issues or the pieces of equipment that are not just in room 26 or on level 1. So to clear the filter, all you do is you just tap on the filter by button, and then you hit clear all. And so then, I'll show you basically to show you that. So let's just say not status. Okay, so see, right now you would not be able to view everything, but then if you hit clear all, then all of the data shows up. Okay, see? So that it's just as simple as that. You just hit filter by, then hit clear all. Okay.
Gotcha. So this may be redundant, but the last question is, how do you clear a filtered search on the desktop?
Okay. On the desktop, great question. Okay, so let's see. Let's say you've broken this down just like this. You hit search equipment. Okay. So you've broken down your, like maybe a filter here. To go back out of this specific filter, all you do is just select a new filter or select the all equipment filter, and then it'll automatically populate everything back in. Okay?
Okay,
So
great.
really all you got to do is just hit the drop down menu and hit all equipment.
Perfect. Wonderful. Well, Michael, thank you so much for a great presentation. In a moment, our Hangout survey will pop up. You can complete the survey to be entered into a $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. You must complete the survey to be entered into the drawing. The survey will only take a couple seconds to complete. Thanks again for hanging out with us. We hope you found this Hangout informative and helped your business. We look forward to seeing you on our next Hangout. Thank you.